Hello everyone, I am Anand Vishwas. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am back with another video. Today I am going to discuss about the most recent accident in our aviation industry that took place in Karachi, Pakistan on 22nd of May at around 14:40 hours local time. It's very saddening to see who lost their lives in this tragic accident. May their souls rest in peace, and my sincere heartfelt condolences to their families. It must not have happened, but destiny would have it. Somehow it really ended up like this. So in this video, we are going to discuss about what could have gone wrong on that flight PK8303. So let's find this thing out. Let's get started. So the flight PK8303 was an Airbus A320 which took off from Lahore on 22nd of May at 1300 hours local time towards Karachi with 91 passengers and 8 crew members on board. It was a routine flight and everything seemed to be very perfect till the time pilots started the preparation for approaching Karachi. As per the conversation between the ATC controller and the pilot, it can be easily observed that there is not something right with the landing gear, and that's why the pilots wanted to try a belly land. So a belly landing is when a pilot tries to land an aircraft without its landing gear fully extended and uses its underside like belly as its primary landing device. Now let's move on to the audio recording between the pilot and the ATC to get a better picture. So for those who are not from aviation, I will be explaining to you guys the each and every transmission between them for an easy understanding.
Okay, 47 Roger. Can you expect ILS approach and runway 22 for Falcon? 100 vehicle, please.
We are comfortable now and we are out of 3,500 for 3,000. Established ILS 25 left.
So here the pilots are saying they're descending to 3,000 feet from 3,500 feet and they're established on the ILS runway 25 left. So now what is ILS? So ILS is basically instrument landing system that helps the aircraft to land on the runway. Look at this picture. ILS has two components. One is localizer, one is glide path. So localizer gives the stability to the aircraft on the horizontal plane and the glide path is on the vertical plane. So if you are either side of the runway, so it will help you to be on the center line of the runway. That is the main function of the localizer. And for the glide path, if you are above the glide path or below the glide path, it will help you to be on the correct glide slope that you can make a perfect touchdown on the runway.
Sir, we are established on ILS 25 left.
So you are 5 miles from touchdown, distance passing 3,500.
Here the tower was telling that Pakistan Airlines aircraft to turn a heading of 280. Now what is heading? Heading is basically a magnetic direction is given to the pilot to steer the aircraft on that particular direction. So now I have already told you the ILS is basically instrument landing system that helps the aircraft to land on the runway automatically with the help of the instruments. So once they are established on the localizer and the ILS, so it doesn't make even any sense to give a heading. So that's why the pilot said we are already established on the ILS. And the tower replied that you are 5 miles from the runway and once you are passing 3,500, please let us know.
303 clear line 25 left.
Roger, Pakistan 830.
So here you can see they have already given the landing clearance to Pakistan Airlines 8303. So listen to that very carefully. When pilot said that Roger, there is something beeping in the background and that is a master caution. And master caution only beeps when there is not something right in the aircraft and something like technical fault, something technical malfunction or something like that has already happening in the aircraft.
303 going around. 3 report reaching altitude 3,500 feet.
So here the pilot announced for a go around. So what is go around? So go around it basically is a aborted landing when an aircraft is on the final approach and maybe it can be, the reason can be anything, like maybe unstabilized approach, maybe obstruction on the runway, maybe requested by the ATC. So maybe in this case the stabilized approach wasn't made, so that's why they thought to go around. And the tower said again to climb to 3,500 feet, and once you have reached that altitude, and then let them know.
Pakistan 8303, we would like to come again for ILS 25 left.
So now the pilots, they want to make another approach on runway 25 left for ILS. I have told you guys, you have to establish on the localizer and the glide path, and for that they are going to take off from the runway again, and they gonna turn left, and they gonna establish on the localizer again on that particular glide path for that particular runway.
So descend left heading 110, climb 3000.
Left heading confirm.
From left heading 110, climb 3000.
110, climb 3000, Pakistan 8303.
So now the tower has told the aircraft to turn the heading to 110 and to climb to 3000 feet.
8303, you are jumping altitude 2000.
So here the tower has informed the pilots that you are not maintaining altitude and you are dropping 2000 feet. So there was not something right. That's why maybe the pilots couldn't maintain 3,500 feet, their defined altitude.
Sir, we have just give me 2000.
So maintain 2000.
So now the pilot has requested ATC to maintain 2000 feet, maybe due to some issues on the engines or something like that, and they were cleared to maintain 2000 feet right now.
8303 approach.
Ji sir.
Appears to be turning left.
We'll proceeding back, sir. We have lost engines.
Confirm you are carrying out belly landing. Runway available to land at 25.
The tower said the runway 25 is available for landing, but as soon as this thing was told, the pilot declared an emergency by saying Mayday, Mayday, Mayday.
Sir, Mayday, 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 Pakistan 8303.
So Mayday call is only used when you are in a distress, whether it is a life-threatening risk or it's very much emergency. So that means pilots, they both were in an distress situation and they didn't have enough thrust to fly the aircraft. That's why they have to put the thing on the ground as soon as possible.
Pakistan 8303, roger sir. Both runways available to land.
Roger.
So this was the last word heard by the ATC from the pilots. And after that, the aircraft disappeared from the radar and it crashed into the ground, nearly about 3 kilometers far from the Karachi airport. It could have made it if they had the enough engine power, but destiny would have it. They couldn't make it and all of them slammed to the ground. 97 people were killed and 2 of them, however, managed themselves to survive. So now the first question comes in. Was this aircraft airworthy to fly? Was there anything in the engines that someone might have missed? This aircraft started its operation in 2014 and in 2019 of Feb, both of the engines were installed, and in the 2014 the landing gear was installed and it passed all the checks by the concerned officials as well as from the engineers. So there is nothing wrong in the engines. So the second question is, how did they lose the both of the engines at the same time? Because it's very rare. The actual reason is subject to investigation, but as per my opinion, when they carried out the belly landing, when they came into land for the first time, the engine got scrapped and was badly damaged due to the touchdown on the runway. And that might be the cause of its shutdown in the mid-air. The third question is, why the landing gear didn't get extended? See, if you look in this video very precisely, you can able to recognize that first time when it came to land, it performed a belly landing, but this is the video footage just before the crash, and now the landing gear is extended. Now it is really under investigation and it is subject to investigation why the first time it didn't get extended, why the second time it got extended, and how. History We will get to know when the report will be submitted by the investigators. That's pretty much about for today. I tried to put as much as information as I could from social media, from news reports, from Wikipedia. If you have liked the video, then please do give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, show it to friends, show it to your parents. And I'm really deeply saddened by the incident. It must not have happened, but I have told you before that destiny would have it. We never know what is going to happen tomorrow. My deep condolences to their families, and may their souls rest in peace.